Hello there, Veena here from digitalaccesspass.com. In this video, I'll show you how you can import new members to DApp. To import members, visit Members Import page, and it's going to bring up a page like this. And import is pretty straightforward. All you have to do is select the product to which you want to import the members. So you cannot import members without a product. If you don't have products yet, if you're new to DApp, be sure to first create your products in the product levels manage page, and then you can import members to that product. Now select the product to which you want to import members, and then you can enter comma separated list of members that you want to import. And you can have your CSV file in any format. So for example, if you have email first, followed by first name, followed by last name, followed by city, state, country. So say that this is how your CSV file looks. So you have 4 users that you want to import and 1 user per row. So now next you have to specify the order of fields. So if your CSV file has email followed by first name, last name, city, state, country, then be sure to select the same order here. So for example, email first, field number 2 is first name, field number 3 in this case is last name, and field 4 is city, field 5 is state, and field 6 is country. And you can leave the rest of the fields empty. And format of access dates. So if you also want to import dates, so say that you are importing members from another membership platform, and you also want to bring in the current access dates that you have for them in that other platform, then you can bring that to DApp as well. So say that their access started on 01/01/2016 and their access end date is set to 01/2019. So say that you have it like this, and it can be different dates for different people. And also if you want to bring in access start date and end date, then be sure to add that to the order of fields. Otherwise DApp will not know that the data in your CSV refers to the access date. So it's very important to add that to the order of fields. So say that you have email, first name, last name, city, state, country, and say that in your CSV after the country, you have access start date and access end date. Then be sure to add that. In this case, I have added that as field 7 and field 8. Now all you have to do is select the format of access dates. So in this case, it's going to be MMDDYYYY, and then click on import members. And it says the data that you want to import is in this order, and make sure that is correct. You have a total of 6 fields that you want to import, and that's it. So when you complete the import, it's going to queue it up in the DApp system job queue, because if you are importing many members, DApp cannot do the import real time because the browser will time out. So the import happens via the cron job. And so you can go to system job queue, and you will find this import job will be queued there, and I'll show that in a second. And when the cron job runs, every hour it runs once every hour at the top of the hour, it's going to then complete the import process. All right, so now visit the DApp system job queue, and you will see that the job is here, and the status is set to new, and the date is today's date. Now when the cron runs at the top of the hour, it's going to complete this job. And if there are several users that you want to import, say that you have 1,000 users that you want to import, then it's not going to get imported all at once. So it could take a couple of hours for the import to complete. That's because it also depends on how much time it takes for every user account to be imported on your server. Now if you have several users in your import list, so say that you're importing 1,000 or 2,000 members, it could take 4 or 5 hours for the import to complete. So when the import completes, what you can do is you can look for view all completed jobs, view successful jobs, and you can insert this key here because this is this job's key. So enter that. Even though it says broadcast tracking ID, you can just enter that here. And then enter search, click on search, and it's going to show you all the imported users and also the count of total number of imported users. And if it matches the total count of users you are trying to import, then the job is complete. Now right now it says no data found. That's because the import has not started. Now I'm going to run the cron manually because I want to show you how it's going to look when the import completes. To run the cron manually, again, it's not something you should be doing if you have too many users that you're trying to import. And also if you're just testing import, like I was doing now, you can, if you're just importing 4 or 5 users, you can definitely run it manually to see what happens. So to manually run the cron, just visit whatever is the name of your website /dap/dap-cron.php script, and it'll complete the cron process, and the import should complete. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the cron now. And when the cron completes, it's just going to show you a blank page. And again, if you have too many users, the cron is going to hang. So do not run it manually if you have too many users that you are trying to import, or if you're even doing a broadcast or sending out emails. Do not run cron manually if you are sending it out to many users. If it's less than, say, 50 users, it's fine, but more than that, it will probably hang. So it's not a good idea to do it manually. Let the cron run automatically through your web hosting cPanel through the cron settings there. So here I have run the cron manually. So I'm going to search again, and see here it now says total records found 5 for this tracking ID. And that's the tracking ID of my import job. And it's saying 5. That's because I have imported 4 users, like you can see here. And the last one is for the main job that was on the queue, the entire import job. So when the import completes successfully, you will find the status of completed successfully. And if it fails, you're going to find error, or it's going to be stuck in new status. And if that happens, then one thing you'll have to do is delete all the jobs in error and try again. And if it still doesn't work, then it might be that something in your product configuration is incorrect. So you are importing users to a specific product, but something in the product is not set up correctly, so the user import is not going through. So those are the 2 main reasons. One thing is be sure to delete all the jobs in error. Maybe there was a stuck job in the queue from before, and that is preventing the new import job to complete. So that's why you should always try to import a few users at first. Enter your own email, a valid email, and try to import it. See if everything works as expected, and if it does, then you can import the rest of the users. So let me quickly show you the product configuration. So say that you are trying to import users to a specific product, then whatever configuration you have set up for that product will apply to the import as well. So for example, say that in the notifications tab of that product, you have set a welcome email. Then when you import the users to that product, the same welcome email will get sent. So if you do not want any welcome email to be sent at the time of import, you can do a silent import. And to do that, you can just get rid of the welcome email subject and body, complete the import. And when import is successfully completed, then you can add it back. And if you want the welcome email to be sent when the users are imported, that way they will know their credentials for login, membership credentials. In that case, you can leave the welcome email right here. That way they will receive it when they are added to DAP through the import. Also in the notifications tab in the external system notification section, if you're still using the plugin notification add remove string and not the automation engine, then make sure that whatever string you have entered here is set correctly, because if you don't enter it correctly, then when DAP tries to add user to the product, it's going to fail on the plugin notification, and as a result the import will not be successful. The very first import itself will fail, which is why you should always test the import by adding a couple of users, see if everything goes through successfully, works as expected, and if yes, then add the rest of the users, and if not, then come back and check the product configuration and make sure everything is set up correctly. Also, one last thing about the job queue: when you are looking for jobs in the queue, be sure to select the right date range. By default, it's set to current date. And if you're looking for import from, say, 2 days ago, make sure to set the right date range. Otherwise, it's not going to fetch the import job from 2 days ago, because it's only going to find the jobs for the selected date range. That's it. I think this covers everything related to import members. My name is Veena Prashant. Thanks for watching.